Eaton Evans and Morris Solicitors. We are live right now on the Facebook page and in all of the usual places you listen to Pure West Radio across Pembrokeshire and wherever else you are this Monday evening. Tonight we've got cricket as the league season ends with champions Neyland hitting a brand new Pembrokeshire record to crown a great season. We'll look at who went up and down across all the leagues, and we'll look ahead to the Harrison Allen final as well. Football to come with pre-season tournaments in full swing and rugby as well, as Warren Gatland confirms his Wales squad for the World Cup. And our guests tonight are out of the top drawer as we talk to Milford Haven powerlifter Bledin Gibbs and his dad Stefan and trainer Simon Roach to recap Bled's phenomenal success in the Special Olympics in Berlin. So that's all.
We lost a bit of sound.
Oh, have you lost sound to me there? Has that come back now, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. That was very.
I think we had one or two sound issues there. Gordon and Fraser, evening to you both. How are you doing?
Yeah, nice. That was a very pleasant 10 seconds there, Gordon. We had a little peace and quiet. Yeah.
Well, it's good to have you company. We've got plenty to talk about. We're going to start off with cricket, and I think we should start right at the beginning, really, with a phenomenal end to the season for Neyland, setting a new Pembrokeshire record. Gordon, we were hoping we'd have you armed with all the stats tonight. You normally are, but you can confirm this is the highest score that's ever been scored.
Yeah, I believe so. Fraser and I were just discussing it now. We don't know of any other side that's reached 400. And also we were talking about Paul Murray's fantastic knock of 200. And I asked Fraser, when was the last time somebody had hit 200? And I was thinking of Lovell back in the day. And Fraser, tell us who it was.
Yeah, Paul Fox for Handleton back in 2019, playing Division 5, I believe, did hit 200. Remember actually writing up on it. But in Division 1, I've not known it done. No, Lovell did it in Division 2. But if anyone out there knows otherwise, write in. But yeah, that is some knock.
That is incredible, isn't it? You know, and the week before the Harrison Allen, perfect preparation by Mr. Murray before he faces Lawrenny.
You look at the irony of that game as well. Neyland opening with Brad McDermott Jenkins, who was, of course, a perfectly capable Division 1 opener, but it did smack of rearranging their order a bit to give some people batting time. Run a lot of time this year, and then reel in with 400 for 3 declared or whatever it was. Is an incredible performance. It's just, having already won the league, it's just relentless to then go and do that in the final week.
At what point do you think they were realising they were on for a record score as well? Because you know how this goes. In 45 overs to rack up 400 plus, it is some going, and to do it for only losing 4 wickets, Murray getting the 200 as well. If you're talking about crowning a title-winning season, that's the way to do it, really, isn't it?
I imagine, if you have to speak to Sean Allen's captain now, I'd imagine they would have known pretty early they were on for it, because why wouldn't you declare otherwise? I think there was a title on the line they were probably declared before. And bear in mind, it was soaking on Friday with biblical. We're not talking rock hard wickets, you know. No. Llanrhian seconds, by comparison, went to 62 for 7 off 40 overs. So slightly lesser rate on a pudding of a bit. So we're not talking a glorious day for batting from Neyland there. So I imagine that they would have gone quite pointedly for 400, knowing the title was already in the bag.
Yeah, definitely. And they just got so much batting all the way through the order. And let's be honest, if somebody doesn't produce early on, somebody will mid-order or late. They just got so much ability.
Well, look, congratulations, Neyland. That was a phenomenal effort. Chaps, worthy champions once again of Division 1.
Yeah, 100%. I think Gordon alluded it to on an earlier show. The defining day, I think, was when they went to Carew that day. Carew needed to win to maybe even up the title race and make it a close one. And Neyland had the pleasure of watching it. Oh, I say the pleasure. The only reason I was able to watch that innings because we played over the road and we were beaten and wrapped up in no time. So I watched that Neyland run chase, and it was done with such conviction. You know, it was such a relentless chase. Feed between the wickets, Koeman and Bellaby, I think it was, looking totally comfortable. And they sent out a statement that day. And even with that hiccup in Burton, I don't think they're ever going to slip from there.
No,
so,
definitely not.
But Lawrenny beating Carew as well. It is good for the final because they go into momentum too next Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. Are we going to talk about the final, or we leave that a little bit later?
Yeah, no, let's do the final in just a sec. We should say well done to Carew for coming second as well in Division 1. Burton and Herbrandston both relegated, so that they'll be in Division 2 next season.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
right.
they only stayed a season in
That's
the
right.
top flight. It's so difficult for teams coming from Division 2. And ironically, the winners of Division 2 are Haverfordwest, which I popped to on Saturday. They were relegated last season, and Whitland come up with them as well.
Yeah. Whitland come up.
So they were the both teams who were relegated last season.
No, Whitland down previous year.
The previous
Yeah,
year,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right. But
Exactly.
it is hard for any team coming up in Division 2 to consolidate in Division 1. It's a good standard. So good luck to Haverfordwest next season, because they've had a lot of changes, and for them to win the title, it was nip and tuck going into the last. They were only 4 points ahead of Whitland. But things went in their favour on Saturday. The Master Blaster had a quick 36, Adam James, but Ben Field had a superb 85 knock as well, and he steadied the ship, and they got Cresselli out quite cheaply, who were bottom of the table and relegated as well.
Yeah, indeed. So Haverfordwest and Whitland will be in Division 1 next season. From Division 3, Fraser Pembroke promoted, Llanrhian in second spot as well. So they'll be playing Division 2 cricket next time around.
Yeah, both back in Division 2. I don't think anyone can have any complaints about that, to be honest. We obviously, Pembroke, we spoke to Jack Harris here in the year. They did the Alan Brown Division 1 double. And he spoke with a lot of intent that day. They obviously have strengthened well in the summer. They brought on board the likes of Billy Wood, Kerry Brace, who are really top 2 division players. I'm not surprised to see them win the league. And Llanrhian as well. I don't think anyone can have any complaints about them going up either. 2 best teams in that league have gone up for sure.
Yeah, okay. And just down the divisions as well, I'll do some mentions for Neyland seconds, who go up as champions in Division 4. So a really good season for the club there, showing the depth they've got across all of their sides. And Fishguard joined them as well. They were promoted from Division 4. In Division 5, Pembroke seconds, the champions. Pembroke Dock seconds, the runners-up. Division 6 saw Larne seconds, the champions. And again, another Neyland side, their third team were runners-up. So actually, across all the divisions, there have been some interesting stories. And especially for Neyland, it's been some season in league cricket, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite frightening really that they've got youth coming through in the second and third teams as well. But we've spoken a lot about this in the last few weeks. Neyland have too. I think Carew and Cresselli will come back stronger in the next couple of years when you look at the makeup of their second and third teams as well. Some very young cricketers and some very good cricketers in there too. So I think those are the 3 teams, if you're looking at some kind of youth policy, that I expect to get stronger as time goes on now.
And Gordon, what about some end of season reflections then on league cricket before we talk about the Harris and Allen at the weekend? And I think it was last season, wasn't it? We sat here at the end of the season. I think we all said, certainly you did, Gordon, that no draws had made for better cricket. I think we all agreed with you. Is that something you stand by?
100%, Ben. 100%. I still think there could be a few more tweaks in league cricket, but it's been a massive improvement in my eyes. There's been some, good results. People playing positive cricket. That's what I like to see. Going out there and winning the game by getting the most runs. That's the most important thing. And I think all teams have benefited from losing the draw this season, to be honest. I don't know how you feel about it, Fraser.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's changed the intent of the toss, and it's changed the intent of teams batting second. Because should have been done years ago. It's one of the best decisions they've made. I have no doubt about that at all.
I won't take any recognition for that, man.
It's good to see, and actually, it's not always been easy this summer, has it? Because we've had quite an up and down summer weather-wise. So we've had weekends completely washed out. So to make it through another season, we've had some good competitive cricket. I think we say well done to all the clubs across the county.
On that note, sorry Ben, if you don't mind, this has just come through to me breaking now, actually, from Craig Butland. For the Pembrokeshire 2020 midweek competition. The quarterfinal draw has just been made.
Go on.
So just announced that. Lawrenny Gavignards will play the Narby Barmy Army. That's Wednesday the 23rd of August. Tuesday the 22nd, the Saundersfoot Seasiders will play the Hook Black Diamonds. Thursday the 24th, the Dock Fire will play the Carew Rooks. And on Wednesday the 23rd of August, the Herbrandston Hurricanes will play the Cresselli Doves. The quarterfinals for that are in. So they're still on track for finals day on Sunday, September the 3rd, weather permitting.
Excellent stuff. And I do like the names the teams play under as well in the T20. It's very good. Talking of knockout cricket then, the Harris and Allen Bowl is at its final stage now, isn't it? Looking forward to Neyland against Lawrenny. And we heard from both camps in the first hour of the show. Good work there, Fraser. And you can listen back to that as a podcast. if you head to the website purewestradio.com. Gordon, how important is the Harris and Allen Bowl each season? It's one everyone looks forward to, isn't it? The final.
Yeah, it is, and we got Neyland versus Lawrenny, but Lawrenny have suffered a huge blow this week. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but Steve Cluey-Lewis had an accident at work last week, and unfortunately he will not be available. It's a blow for their club because he's got such a experienced campaigner. He's been in a Lawrenny winning Harris and Allen final win as well.
2002.
I remember that one. Yeah, and it is a blow for a club like Lawrenny to. But the most important thing to say, Steve, get well soon.
Yeah, sure.
We send our best wishes from the show. Yeah. And it's quite a serious accident he had, Ben. But moving to the Harris and Allen, yes, it's the blue ribbon event, as everybody points out every year. It's the one that you want to win. It's the one you want to be part of. It's a great day out. Cresselly, their ground is immaculate. I mean, Glencoe and the rest of the staff there do such a fantastic job. It's a picturesque venue. It's a great setting for any cup final, but it really sets the tone for the Harris and Allen. And Neyland are there to be beaten, or are they?
That's the question, isn't it? Hey, Fraser, 400 plus from Neyland on Saturday. Can Lawrenny stop them?
I mean, look, I say, and I'm sure I echo everyone's sentiments, I hope that we get a good competitive close final. I hope Lawrenny come out, and Lawrenny can. Lawrenny have got match winners in that lineup. That's why they're such a good limited overs team. Yeah. They've obviously got the likes of Carl Marsh, as destructive as anyone when he's on form. Ryan Morton, Joe Kidney, the former captain, Jamie Lewis himself. Yeah. Rob Williams. Rob seems to have been around forever, but there's still, I don't think there's any bowler in Pembrokeshire who's bowled as well and as consistently for as long a period in the top flight as he has. So look, Lawrenny will need to be at their best. I've got no doubt about that. This Neyland team is so well vested in this occasion. They're so experienced. They're relentless. They're a better all-round unit when you bring their fielding into the equation. And, and they'll be full of confidence. And they're obviously going for this treble, which will be, for Sean Hannon, it'll be his first treble as captain. He was a part of the last one in 2013. I don't like saying it, but I can see Neyland winning with room to spare. That would be my prediction. I hope that prediction is not right. I hope we have a close final. And Gordon's alluded to it there. You can sometimes in adversity that can galvanise a side, and Lawrenny will want to play for Steve Lewis now. I've got no doubt about that. Let alone the other motivation they have as well. They've been on this stage twice in recent years and fallen short. The amount of progress that club has made in the last few years, it needs to now be cemented with the Division 1 or Harris and Allen Bowl win. They've come close so many times. And of course, Jamie Lewis himself, that horrible knee accident in the warm-up in 2019, was set to play a very big part. Went down with a serious knee injury and actually returned, I think, on crutches later in the day. There's unfinished business for him as well. There's plenty of motivation there. So I hope they do come up. I hope Lawrenny's big players fire. I hope we get a great final. My hunch is Neyland will win with room to spare. I have to be honest about that.
Gordon, would you echo that?
Yeah, and especially as a 2 innings affair, that's what makes it even more in Neyland's favour, unfortunately, for Lawrenny. But I echo Fraser's words there. I hope Lawrenny have a fantastic day and push Neyland to the limit, and everybody will enjoy a cracking game of cricket.
We should ask people watching as well. We're going to have to take a break in a sec because we've got Blevin lined up to talk to you fairly soon. But what makes it a close Harris and Allen final? I'm sure you two have seen plenty over the years. Do you like it to be close? And obviously, over the having 2 innings aside makes it tougher, doesn't it? To get closer finals, I think. But
you can't beat a tense final innings in the Harris and Allen. The crowd are all boozed up by then. There's lots of shouting going on. There's tension around the ground.
That's just you and your mates. That's you and your mates' phrase, yeah.
That was, that's just me. But the one that sticks in my mind is 2017. Actually, Whitland. Neyland had dominated for 3 innings, and so uncharacteristically chasing 106 to win. And from nowhere, I think Johnny Thomas took 3 wickets in an over, and it was absolute chaos. And trying to live blog cover it at the time, what was going on? It was actually the 2 Hannon boys who Neyland 9 wickets down who got them over the line off the final ball. And I've never seen a game with such calm serenity seem to be petering towards a conclusion, turn into absolute carnage. So that's the sort of thing the occasion can do, and there's no noise like it in Pembrokeshire cricket when it's close in that final innings, that's for sure.
Yeah,
one of the funniest moments. I keep talking about this, but it really gets to me.
Oh, God.
Carew versus Tish. I can't remember what year it was, but it was, say 2007, 2008. Me being a novice then, watching the old cricket, 2 innings affair. They were in the 4th innings, and it rained. Tish was set to win the game. I came back the following day expecting to pick up where they left off. They did the toss again. I was looking like, what are they doing now? I thought they were just going to get the game over. They went through the whole game again, and the rule hasn't been changed. If it happens on Saturday, it rains. Well, it's the 4th innings. They'll come back on Sunday and they'll start again. Pembroke County Cricket Club need to look at that.
Yeah, that's interesting because it looks like there's a chance there might be some rain around at the weekend. So
you could have been man of the match in the first final, but the next one.
So we're clear on this then. So if it rains and the game can't finish on Saturday, that's scrubbed and
completely. No matter what has been played, that's scrubbed.
Mm-hmm.
That's different, isn't it?
That is, yeah.
For 16 years I've heard this story, 16 years.
But Fraser, when you've written something right up and you're going to come back and start again.
But if what Gordon knows, if he wasn't being so selfish about... What Gordon knows about if he wasn't being so selfish about having to do a couple of extra hours work that weekend, right, is that a teenager, I think a 13, 14-year-old Andrew Salter was playing. Failed on the first day, came back the second day, had a stormer, and the rest from there. We may never have had one of our finest cricketers if you've got your way.
He may not have been spotted.
Exactly. So,
Andrew Salter, thank me.
Yeah.
Well, look, I should say that some rain around on Saturday. The forecast for Sunday looks quite nice. So this could be Gordon's new story. When it happened again. Who knows?
Yeah.
And if it would just play the game, if it was to rain again on the Sunday, what would happen then? Would they come back on Monday, or is
the following Sunday?
Yeah, the following Sunday. Yeah,
and
they do allow the boys to go to work in the week.
Yeah.
You know what this summer's been like, guys? This could keep happening.
I know, anything could happen, couldn't it?
We're still waiting for the situation where it goes back 2 weeks and clashes with Iron Man. Now that will be fun and games.
Is there any thought they might change that rule, or do you think no, it will always be that way? Because I suppose
it's up to the clubs to bring it to the AGM. That's the only way it can be changed, but nothing's been done as yet.
Oh, that year Gordon had to do a bit of overtime there. He's never forgotten.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're predicting a Neyland win, but hoping it'll be a competitive.
And it was double time on Sunday as well, boys.
Yeah, bank holiday weekend.
From the Telegraph. I can bet you it wasn't.
Fraser's called out 2017. Gordon's got his own memories of Harris Allen finals. But anyone else wants to suggest any from over the years? Let's see how far back we can go. You can leave us a message on the Facebook page. We will come back in just a sec because Blair Gibbs is going to be talking to us. The brilliant Pembrokeshire powerlifter. 4 medals at the Special Olympics in Berlin. What an absolute hero. And he got a brilliant return when he came back to Milford Haven as well, didn't he? That was fantastic to see. We'll be talking to Blair and his dad, Stefan, and trainer Simon Roach from Strength Academy Wales in just a few moments' time. We've got rugby to come as well on Pure West Sport between now and 9 this Monday evening.
Eaton Evans and Morris Solicitors.